Hi, this is Nikki, and I'm here to share messages that I get from Spirit for all of us who are all on this journey to love and to reunite with our divine vibrational matches, in this lifetime. And I'm going to pull from the Starman Tarot today because it has been David Bowie's birthday recently. And this tarot deck is done by the husband and wife team that worked with David Bowie on a lot of his albums and doing the design for the albums. And so because of that, it was it would have been his 75th birthday. And so because of that, I'm going to read letter 75 from the Divine Love Letter books. So these are all channelings between people's twins and their higher selves. And also that I will pull a card as to what we need to know today to help us. So I don't know about anyone else, but I have definitely feeling, you know, like how nature dies off and goes into a lull, and we just and then comes back again when this, you know, when change of seasons, and that feeling of like being in a bit of a funk. I have been definitely feeling that recently, feeling a bit like, yeah, in a total funk is for want of a better word. And so let's have a look. What is that feeling? That feeling, the Seven of Cups. Yes, having a lot of choices, and feeling like not making a decision, basically. Just, you know, that like this, like almost like that, like throwing your arms up into the air and just going, what am I supposed to be doing? You know, that sort of thing. So that is, let's have a look what the write-up is in this, because as always the write-up in this is so amazing and gives so much more sort of additional you know, input. So the Seven of Cups, let's have a look. What are we being guided to today? And the Seven of Cups is this, that I use my imagination. So the Seven of Cups is the card of imagination. For the iconic shaman and philosopher Terence McKenna, the imagination signaled the presence of a divine spark within human beings. He saw our imagination literally as the descent of the world soul into all of us. There is no part of our humanity that isn't impacted by the imagination. We are a spark of imagination, and Mother Nature does not create things that have no use. Life viewed through evolutionary eyes reveals how nature shares her resources incredibly sparingly. The Seven of Cups calls you to explore your imagination fully, to delight in the fact you can imagine at all. If you look, you will discover a paradox. It is impossible for you to imagine not being able to imagine. As we move ever more into a domain of virtual or light realities, the intractability of physical matter is no longer a restriction. We can build anything our minds can entertain. Here the fingerprints of imagination are algorithms instead of canvas, clay, or physical movement. Imagination is effectively the new currency of these light-based realms. Importantly, there are always blessings and burdens, with fewer and fewer restrictions upon what we can create. The issue of morality takes center stage. More than ever, the imagination must be used skillfully to enhance our human experience and preserve the animal and plant realms. Thoughts can instantly be shared with millions and can lift us into new heights, inspire and entertain. They can also evoke fear, prejudice and violence. Will we create endless perversions or miraculous vistas? The answer is probably both. When your mind projects fear into the world, tremendous damage and unhappiness can be the result. The acronym FEAR, false evidence appearing real, is a powerful prompt, a reminder to bring awareness and powerful questions to bear on life situations around you. Bring new vistas to life and make them tangible with love. So the Seven of Cups is dream big and put a plan in motion to make them happen. Receiving guidance from dreams and altered states. Fully explore your created gifts. So just with that, I'm going to share a letter. So because it's mentioned the dreams, it says dream big and put a plan in motion to make them happen. Receive guidance from dreams and altered states and fully explore your creative gifts. So, like I say, trusting the nudge that you get. You know, I shared yesterday that I watched a part of a trigger for me to start doing channelings was after watching The Notebook. And then after I watched that, my guidance said, right, write a letter. And I was like, what letter? But and then they were like, stop asking questions, just do it. And I was like, okay. And so because of this, the reference to the dreams, I channeled a letter yesterday for a lady. I've mentioned her before because her twin very, very sadly died. And there have been lots of synchronicities that have happened around the timings that I was doing her channelings. And yesterday I went to do the channeling and I happened to read back through her email, so you know who you are. And yesterday was the day of the funeral. So, and I got to do the channeling, again, unbeknownst to me, on the day of the funeral. So, and this is it. And this is why I'm going to read it. So, because that was very specific about the dream state. And this, because I know that you'll be watching, so I will send you this video. So, and this is the channel letter from her twin to her. So, you are the love of my life, the eternal star in my heart, the spark of divine truth. Through you, through us, we feel the light of God, the starlight that tingles inside of us when we allow ourselves to be in that moment, that exquisite dream state where we can cross dimensions, where we can be weightless and merge together by our heart space. This is the truth. The space that lies between us is non-existent. In the dream state, we are one. We are together always. We will be together till the end of time. Believe in our dreams. Oh, so especially because it just said, that dream state is the plot, the place where your soul can leave your body and go and travel and traverse dimensions. The dream state is where we leave this physical, avatar and go play cosmically, and that's why it's making me have tingles all over now, because again, it's just so significant to remember these things, that we are one aspect of our complete endless being, infinite being. So the message was this: you are the love of my life, the eternal star in my heart, the spark of divine truth. Through you, through us, we feel the light of God, the starlight that tingles inside of us when we allow ourselves to be in that moment, that exquisite dream state where we can cross dimensions, where we can be weightless and merge together by our heart space. This is the truth. The space that lies between us is non-existent. In the dream state, we are one. We are together always. We will be together till the end of time. Believe in our dreams. Well, what can I say? That was, and that's just a letter that I channeled yesterday. So, and you know who you are. So I send you lots of love, because I can't even bear to think how painful that must be. So I'm going to read 75 as well, because that's the other letter that wanted to come through. So 75 is this: that I'm really sorry. Actually, I'm beyond sorry that it's taken me such a long time to get my shit together and to declare my true romantic feelings for you. Life has been tough, and it's made me not trust myself, not trust that I can make things be good in my life. And so I couldn't trust that I wouldn't mess yours up too. That's why I've stayed away for so long. I'm still battling with my own inner demons, and I don't want you to see me like that. You deserve more. You deserve me to be me, the me that isn't riddled with fears and doubts. I'm getting there, and I will get there, but sometimes I slip backwards again. All I can say is that I'm really sorry. I want to be the man you fell in love with all those years ago. I want to finish off what we started. I want you to be our final chapter together. I love you, my darling. Trust me, I'm trying to make my way home to you. Okay, so that is book one. Book two is this. I love you. I want you. I need you. I'm so besotted with you. Be still, my beating heart, for you are the only angel that floats my boat, stills my inner waters, and awakens all of my emotions. You have brought me into a new beginning of who I am and what I'm here to do. No more aimlessly floating through life with no clue what I'm doing. Now I have a purpose. I know why my heart beats and what makes it tick. It ticks for you, and the tick-tock of our clock is waiting to chime. Our chime can be heard across the universe. Focus on the beat of your heart and you will find me. Okay, so focus on the beat of the heart and you will find me. It's making me feel very emotional about, it's just, you know. So last one, letter 75 is search for me here, search for me there, search for me everywhere. But you don't need to search anymore because I am here, right in your heart. All the answers that you are seeking, all the questions that you want to ask, I already am. I already beat within your heart. You hear me. When you focus on your heartbeat, that is the sound of my drum, of our united drum. We are banging the tune of our reunion band. So jump on the bandwagon and follow our tune. Okay, so I just have to pull another card because that is again what I'm being told to do. So let's just do another card and see what's going to come through. And there is this, like I said, I've been feeling like this bit of like just unrest, just like unsettled and sort of like in a funk, like this weird Ace of Swords. It's truth, right? Because we are coming more and more all the time, we're coming more and more into our truth. And actually, to do that, like sometimes we have to hibernate, don't we? We have to go into hibernation mode, and we're sort of constantly going on cycles of hibernation and regrowth and rebirth and constantly sort of, but the Ace of Swords is, about finding our truth and just trusting that everything is happening the way it's supposed to be. So I live through my highest values. This card indicates an opportunity for powerful focus. Hone all of your intelligences in the spirit of great teamwork to work towards a vision of yourself and realizing your highest potential, flow, and radiance. Consider fresh ways of understanding, organizing, articulating, and expressing your sense of purpose. You can achieve anything you desire. So the opportunities to hone your highest intellect and learn new ways to reach your true potential, embodying a powerful philosophy. So that's interesting because recently, during the lockdown, I did the quantum healing hypnosis technique by Dolores Cannon. And I did that course, and for this year, that's one of my sort of goals that I want to do, is to actually start doing that, doing that for people. And the sessions last a lot, it's quite extensive because they're a good few hours, because you have to take the person, when you're with them, you take them via a couple of, the whole purpose is you have to take them through, you hypnotize, and you take them through, for those that haven't had a session, it's a QHHT session, and you take them through a couple of past lives before you access their what they call the super conscious state. And that's where you're in effect accessing, the oversoul, let's say. And then it's really interesting because then it's almost like it's really interesting from from when you're hearing the person, because they go from talking in the, say me, I am experiencing my past life, to then there's a transition to the guidance comes through and they say, and it becomes they are telling you, even though you're saying it. Do you see what I mean? So it just shows that there's a shift between your own consciousness and then the wider consciousness, the super consciousness. Anyway, so that is one of my goals for this year, is to do, and they have to be done in person, these sessions, because it's pretty difficult to do it like an online hypnosis session. So and I am sort of being prodded to do that. So just like it said, that feeling of restlessness about thinking I need to, constantly, and then you get these inspirations and you've got to work on them, you've got to access them, and you've got to go with them. So there we go. That's the message. Act on your inspirations. And if you are feeling in a funk, then it's okay, because it's hibernation mode. And it's all right to hibernate and just to sort of incubate those ideas for when they're ready to come. So there we go. And to you beautiful girl, lady, soul, who is going through, whose letter that was, I just want to say thank you again for sharing and for coming to me and for allowing me to be part of your and your twins' story, because it's very special. There we go. I hope that helps. If you would like a healing, reading, channeling, or to get any of my books, all details are linked below in the video. But in the meantime, I hope you stay well, stay bright, and stay switched on to the light. See ya. Bye.